The following Pulppourri podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Welcome to the Pulppourri Nerdcast with Brock and Ben. This podcast is where we discuss the nerd culture headlines that intrigue us and those minor details that enrage us.
All right, so the wife and I took the daughter to see Barbie this weekend.
Was she just dying to go see it?
No, she had asked several times. I mean, she wasn't dying, but there's nothing going on Sunday, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was mildly curious, to say the least. First and foremost, well fucking done. I don't know how you pulled that off. Don't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig, is that her name?
Yeah.
What else did she do?
That movie you mentioned earlier, Lady Bird.
Yes. Okay.
But she was like the sultry blonde woman in Inglourious Bastards, I think.
So is she the female director that won an Oscar?
Not the last one.
Okay.
But she's gotten up there.
For that.
Yeah, she's getting a lot.
Well, she fucking killed it.
I don't want to say traction because almost everything. So she's done. Her first big one was Lady Bird.
Yep,
she did the remake of Little Women.
Never saw it.
And then, I know these aren't movies aimed at us.
But Barbie,
yeah,
well fucking done. Whoever wrote that script and it was.
She wrote it.
It was a fucking fever dream.
Oh, and Noah Baumbach is the other credited writer on that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They fucking killed it. They should write more. Because it was legit fever dream the whole time. And I laughed throughout because there were some inside baseball jokes.
That's the Noah Baumbach on that. So
at the I'll just real quick skip to the end. They had an actor, God damn it, what is her name? Doesn't matter. She played the maker of Barbie.
Okay.
What did she say? Fuck, I can't remember. I'll remember it in a second. It was, tax evasion. The joke was, it was my company and they took it away from me for tax evasion. And yes, that really happened.
Oh.
So
there's some history in there too.
Oh yeah. Because, that plays into the whole, all right, here's the story in a nutshell.
They have a Proust Barbie?
Dude, they have an everything Barbie.
Yeah, I'm noticing half the cast is credited as Barbie.
Or Ken.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's only one Alan.
Only one Alan. And there's only one weird Barbie. Yeah. And then they made jokes because there was that was the other thing. They kept it real. And they were like, this was an exclusive pregnant Barbie. And this was an exclusive, and I shit you not, I did not know about this. There was a Barbie who, when you lifted her arm, her boobs got bigger.
I did not know that.
Neither did I. And
was that from the 70s or early 80s?
Yes. There's also the dog that eats and poops, but we all knew about that.
Yeah.
So they kept it real with that, and then they kept it real with how they've changed, and now Barbie is everything.
Yeah.
But stereotypical Barbie, and that's what they called them. That is who they were known as.
I hope that becomes a thing among kids. They come up with a word for stereotypical.
Right.
Like stero.
Something. You're just tips, yo.
Yeah.
Fucking tips. She's tips. Suspect tips over here. So, yes. And not to get too deep into it, but you've got a mother and a daughter who the daughter was Weapon X from fucking Logan.
Nice.
And I knew it immediately because she was an emo, but as the movie goes on, she becomes, she wears all this Barbie shit. And she goes to Barbie World.
That shows you how much she owned that character in that movie.
and at first I'm like, God, but she's emo and her hair's all haggard, and I went, that's Weapon X. And then slowly, and she was emo. So, jeez, I don't even know where to start. So Barbie and all the Barbies think that they were created to make the world a better place and girl power. So they legit think that there's a female president and a female, and they mention president and Supreme Court.
Is that when they enter the real world?
So when they enter the real world, it's flipped because dudes are running everything. And now remember, Ken is just Ken.
Right.
They ask a question, where does Ken go at night? And everybody's like, I don't know. He's Ken. Who gives a shit? And then he gets in the real world and he's like, oh my God.
That's fascinating of taking characters from a matriarchal world and he thrusting them into...
And it was,
I guess unintended too, but into...
Barbie.
So Ken becomes completely toxic male.
Yes.
Awesome.
And it's all about horses, cars, and patriarchy. That's it. And Rocky Balboa. That's what they used for patriarchy.
Well, I'm glad they didn't make fun of Godfather fans.
No. It was muscle cars, horses. He loved horses were a tough thing for him.
Like horses in general, or horse racing,
no,
or just everything horses.
Everything horses. Men ride horses. Patriarch, and he tries to get a job, and he walks into the CEO's office, and it's a chick, and he's like, I want my job because of patriarchy. She was like, do you have a degree? No, all this stuff. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. These are the type of interactions. So you have that going on while Barbie is figuring out.
But the sad part is we know people like that.
Yes. And then on the flip side of that...
this job because I got a dick.
That's basically the joke that they were making, okay? And on the flip side, Barbie's realizing that, oh my fucking God, what are we doing?
I'm in a nightmare, not...
Correct. Okay? So that's real world. So they're all fucked up. And it takes the girl, the daughter, to say, Barbie, you're the reason for this. Because you were shown as oh, you're the cute little housewife who does this. And then, oh, look, you're the pregnant... so... You're the reason for this, because women thought Barbie was this way, and that's how America should ask, and it just snowballed into what it is today.
But in Barbie's world, she's the exact opposite.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yes. Now, so that's the movie.
But it's like if Toy Story
crossed
swap places or something
it's
like
so
that.
Weird. Yeah. Speaking of Toy Story, I saw a meme or something today, and it was my daughter asked me or told me that Billy could be playing with a dead toy and not know he's playing with a corpse.
Yeah.
That never occurred to me.
My favorite one is, what do the toys do when he's older? Or Andy.
Oh, yeah, Andy, not sorry. Billy's the brother.
And he figures out self-pleasure. And the toys have to watch.
He has to turn them all around?
No, he doesn't. Because he doesn't think that they're real.
Oh, right. It's almost like putting the picture of your mother face down while you... Okay. Sorry. So, that's it. Will Ferrell happens to be the CEO of Mattel.
Yeah. I saw that on the credits.
Okay.
He's always good in a domineering position.
And that's what... But... As it goes, you see that he's really not like that. He's this insecure little thing. So, but when they try to catch Barbie...
Well, that's a metaphor in itself.
Correct. So when they try to catch Barbie to bring her back to Barbie world, they roll out this box. And she's like, oh, I remember this. And it's the fucking box from her on the shelf.
Yeah. The pink box with the cellophane.
Yeah, and she puts it on there, and they wrap her hand in twist ties and twist the thing on the back like toys. It's just little shit like that the whole movie. I could have done without it getting beat over the head with the social commentary.
Well, yeah.
But then they all end up back in Barbie world where Ken is taking over, and now it's a matriarchy. I mean,
patriarchy.
Patriarchy.
Yeah.
God, thank you. I just fucking brain farted. And so he's turned everything. There's no Barbie house anymore. It's now Ken's house. No, what did he call it? Ken's Adobe Casa Party House.
So he was hanging out with Aaron Rodgers for a while.
And she was like, you realize that all of those are the same
word.
thing. Yeah, and he's wearing like a fur coat and a headband and like gold chains. Like he is just typical
bro.
Yeah. It's fucking amazing. And then he has all his bro friends. So like that's all that's
Does he infect all the other Kens?
Yes. Even better, though, he has brainwashed all the Barbies to think that they're there to, like, serve him and stuff. They're like,
oh, no.
Oh, man, Ken is so cool.
So, I'm assuming then the rest of the movie is Barbie trying to transform her world back into the proper
Correct. So
reality.
she brings the kid and her mom, which that's the reason for the riff in the first place. Like, the opening of the portal is because... the mom and the daughter and Barbie and whatever. So yeah, then they come back and they have a fight on the beach because the women split the Kens down the middle. They used their jealousy against each other. So it was like Kens against Kens fighting on the beach. But the thing is, well, there's no weapons in Barbieville.
Right.
You bet your ass there's no weapons.
It's like
but
beach balls.
It's like, we're going to have a slap fight. Beach balls and like bow and arrows with suction cups and tennis rackets. Like, just, it was brilliant. John Cena was a Ken merman.
Okay, yeah. Or like Malibu Ken. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. But yes, he had his long blonde hair. It was...
I'm surprised you could see him.
Oh. you know why you... Oh, God, because you can't see a siren either.
No, you just hear it.
Huh. I didn't even think... You just ruined a plot... There's a plot hole for me. I get... Because everything else was... So I get... So...
Movie's terrible now.
You know, but at the end, everything works out, blah, blah, blah. It was really fucking good. Like, watching Ryan Gosling play, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, he's a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
But he killed that, like, I keep blanking on her name.
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie, yeah. She's good in anything she does.
Sure.
Ken, though, when he first gets to the real world, and he's wearing, like, neon stuff with rollerblades, and... There's a bunch of...
Well, that I mean, from your description, that seems like the character that goes through the more revelatory change.
He does. It's just Barbie's realizing that, but it's him going, oh. So he realizes that this is what it's in the real world, and I'm really nothing in Barbie land, and he had to adjust to all that. So, like, he was my favorite.
Yeah.
But the reason he first finds out...
Maybe that's because you saw more of yourself within Ken.
That's poignant about what I was just about to say next. So he's rollerblading in Venice Beach, and the first thing are like
you used to do,
dudes that are all like, "Hey, man," and they're winking at him and stuff, and like, "Cool outfit." And he's like, "Did you hear that? They like me," you know. And so he ends up on like in some business district where it's like all dudes in business suits, and they're all being nice to him. And then it just evolves from there.
I could definitely see how that.
It was good.
Yeah, no,
and I could see where all of the white male Republicans hate it.
Sure,
definitely see that.
Why? Yeah, Ben Shapiro doesn't like it anymore.
Yes, exactly, and it ain't got nothing to do with pink.
No,
the color pink. No, it's because they call out toxic masculinity, as well as.
Well, it seems like the premise is like Ken runs into them,
right? And
then it's like, oh, if I can live like this,
we can rule the world.
And it's not like let's do it gradually. Like
he read 3 books.
It's a pile of cocaine. Let's do the whole thing.
And that's exactly right.
We have been making some changes here at Pulppourri. We've shortened our episodes to 30 minutes so you can catch everything we say on the drive home, on a lunch break, or at any other time. We've added video to our repertoire, and we are expanding our social media presence. So check us out on YouTube and smash that subscribe button and use the likes. You can get our socials from the link in our bio and be on the lookout for our new politics cast. If you need a change for your taste buds, go to thegdsauce.com and change the way you think about the way you eat. From their signature goddamn sauce to their ghost pepper sauce, they have everything you need to rethink condiments. Help support an independent business by getting rid of your same old condiments and boss up with the goddamn sauces.
Futurama.
Well,
Oh, right.
We're going to start with Star Trek.
Okay, god damn it. I really wanted to hear about Futurama.
Oh, no. We're going to get to it.
Okay.
So, but in my opinion, the best...
Strange New Worlds, yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to let the people know.
Yeah, sorry. Not just general Star Trek. We're going to talk about it all.
No, we would be here for about 4 years.
But in my opinion, this series has the most potential of any of the new series.
How many seasons is this now?
It's
3?
in the second season.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought I had lost a year.
They're already they're signed on for a third. We got to see.
Oh, this is the CBS, the Paramount show?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not the first
Picard
one.
or the other
Discovery.
things. Thank you.
Discovery is going to be coming out with its final season.
Okay.
But so Strange New Worlds is the one where it's the prequel to the original Star Trek.
Yep.
So it's Captain Pike. You got Spock in there. So anyway,
Like Spock's in there?
yeah.
Really?
Well, because from the original story, from like the pilot,
I was pulling up the cast.
the unaired pilot, and from back in the 60s,
Yes.
that was the menagerie that had the first Captain Pike in there before he was mangled and in the the beeps and dots chair.
Yep.
Sorry.
Stephen Hawking chair?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it wasn't like hello, how are you? It
It
was
was like...
yeah, beep, 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 beep.
So it was R2-D2. It was
Kinda,
Stephen
yeah.
Hawking pre-Stephen Hawking.
Right.
Okay.
Um,
Beep, boop, boom, beep, beep, boop.
except where it was just like Morse code, like.
Oh, that's even
But
better.
it's like a rolling iron lung with like a little red light below his chin.
Was all you could see is his head?
Yeah, yeah,
It's MODOK.
yeah. But like 1960s.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But not in like a
Okay.
jar.
Hey.
But anyway, it's like
Sorry.
we will get there.
I'm sorry.
And that's what I think is amazing about the show is we all know what the end point is.
Yes, there's
And
the
they've
best.
even addressed it in that in the second season of Discovery, Pike and Spock are part of that storyline. And Pike goes to, it's really bizarre, he goes to this Klingon world where they have these like seeing stones, and he touches one by accident and he sees his death. And so
There's
first
nothing,
season,
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
no, where it's like so, but like the first season is he's kind of given up. He's like, "What's the fucking point if I'm gonna die?"
I know when I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
waiting
then
to get there at this point.
Spock brings him around to saying, "Well, if you know what the end is, then everything in between is you can do literally whatever the fuck you want." Which,
God damn it, Spock.
but you also think so. The actor doing Captain Pike is Anson Mount.
Yeah, that's what I had up.
He was Cullen Bohannon on Hell on Wheels.
He is very chiseled.
Yes, he is. He's
Very.
he's from a town outside Nashville, from White Bluff, Tennessee, that I know fairly
He grew
well.
up in White Bluff.
Yeah.
His mother is Nancy Smith. Nancy Smith is her name.
Yeah,
That couldn't be more
Bland.
More White Bluff, Tennessee.
Yeah. But so
Unless it was Deborah.
imagine as an actor, you get to play this character that knows its end, and the in between is like, I get to do whatever the fuck I want with
Like
it.
nose isn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to know my end point.
And so you also get an Ensign Uhura in the show,
Right?
Who's
Who
played
plays Spock, by the way?
It's Ethan Peck, and you should know that last name.
I do.
He's the grandson of Gregory Peck.
Shut the fuck up. This guy is Gregory Peck's grandson.
Yeah. And when he gets into like full Spock mode, he sounds like Gregory Peck. Like that.
I mean, I could see the whole, like,
you can see,
chin and the ears. Like,
he sounds like him. Like, he sounds like Phil, you know, like, or not, what am I, or A Gentleman's Agreement, Gregory Peck. Like, or Atticus Finch.
Formal.
Yeah.
Very, well, I mean, Spock was like that. But yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. And,
so,
all of this.
But so this.
Oh, there's a picture of him as Spock. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Got
the
it.
second season, though, the writers really played with everything Star Trek. So you had the key villain is the Gorn. If you are remember the scenes from when Kirk is fighting that guy in the lizard suit.
Yes.
In the desert.
Yep.
So they've remade the Gorn.
Okay, so it's not the guys that have like the. Never mind.
No, they're lizard people, but they're like these, like, you know, they
live
completely destructive. But in between,
keep it simple.
So that's the storyline they move in and out of.
So that's the overarching
thing,
yeah. Which is how you need to do those episodic shows these days.
But then but this one, like, 2 of the best episodes, and one is going to be surprising coming from me. But the first one was they did a crossover with the animated series, where
I just saw the animated series when I was looking. Yeah. Seriously?
The animated series crosses over through this portal, and they become real life people. So Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome, who plays his partner in crime on the animated series, they get to play their real life characters, but they're from the future, and it's this. And so part of Jack Quaid's thing is he's there, and he's a Federation nerd.
That's what. So he knows.
He knows everybody. He knows everybody. He knows every detail of the ship, and so part of that storyline is like he can't say anything, and
right because
it happens to coincide when like Spock's trying to tap into his human side. So he sees like Spock smile and laugh, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And then oh my god!
And so it's just it's hysterical, and then there's even like Next Generation.
I can't believe
jokes
they did that.
And stuff.
That takes enormous cojones.
Yeah, no.
To do that,
and
I get it.
They pulled it off,
and I get that it's Star Trek and it's a Star Trek universe, but that is getting meta.
Yeah. And they pulled it off.
Well done.
And all the jokes are inside jokes and shit. That's like that.
Barbie was like that.
And then like 2 episodes later,
I just said that.
They did a musical episode. And you know me and musicals.
I don't do that.
Yeah, we don't get along.
And Barbie did musical, by the way. I didn't get to that. They did musical.
But I will say this, in that, so it was this like. The way that they set it up, it was this chain reaction because of some sort of space anomaly. So as they're beginning to sing the songs, the first couple of songs are like, why the fuck are we singing? Why is this happening? So they're recognizing...
what's going on?
Yeah, to the audience, like, this is fucked up, we don't know what's happening. And I will say this.
Perfect.
At least the music... The lyrics are like linked in with the show, but the music they wrote for it was really. I don't know who they got to fucking write the songs, but
and again, Barbie did the same thing, and apparently 14 minutes is enough for me to do that. Carry on.
So anyway,
I love that acknowledging though.
Eventually, one
wink.
Yeah. And so in doing that, like. I felt that was like kind of meant for like people like me, like,
of course.
You know, you're into sci-fi, then all of a sudden you're breaking out into musicals, but it's not. They at least made it not based in science, but functional for sci-fi, and then acknowledging, like Captain Pike when he breaks out in the song. If they weren't a family-friendly show, would have been like, why the fuck am I singing?
Exactly. So wait.
But they couldn't help it.
Does Futurama sing?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So that seems... Sorry, I just tried to get you there.
No, thank you. Yeah.
It's funny how that shit happens now. Breaking out into song.
So
how is Futurama now that it's back? And
so it's
from a person who's probably seen every Futurama episode more times than I can count.
Yeah, it's definitely got it. I've probably watched the whole season or every season, but the current one. I mean, it's definitely in double digits.
Right.
I mean, probably over 30.
That's not normal. Carry on.
I fall asleep to it,
and I knew that, and that's where we were headed.
I'm on that Reddit thread too.
I knew that as well.
But we gotta.
Nope. Carry on. I want to know.
You gotta know that there's friends out there. But so this is the third time it's been brought back.
Yes.
But
this time seems everybody was kind of going all in.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm curious.
So far, I'll say this: it's rough.
How many episodes are we? 4?
No, they're like 5 into it.
Of a total, are they going full 18?
It's 10. It's just going to be
all right.
I believe it's a 10 episode run. But that's where they left off when they were on Comedy Central. But
right, it was
10 years.
Seasons.
And so, I mean, you watch it as much as I do. You hear the you can tell the voice actors have aged.
Yep.
Even though they do a really fantastic job of recreating the voices, it's a little different.
Hank Azaria's like that on The Simpsons.
Exactly.
It's getting a little.
Or Frank Castellano can't do Homer the same way he did back in the 80s.
No.
Or early 90s. But anyway, and this happened.
See me on.
This happened the first season. They were officially back when Comedy Central brought them back.
Right.
That season, there's 1 or 2 good episodes, and everything else is there's one-liners and stuff like that in there.
Feeling out process.
Yeah. And what they're doing, each episode so far is bringing back beloved characters.
Okay.
But instead of doing one gigantic story, they're all they're getting their little things, and
they're each getting a spotlight,
and they're touching on old episodes that were favorites. There's
the
in the original, or this no, it's not the season, it's not the series finale, but in the original run, Fry eats a gas station egg salad sandwich and gets worms from it. And the worms make him smarter and stronger, and turn him into an
egg salad sandwich
from a gas station condom vending machine in the bathroom.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Go ahead.
This is what I try and sell people on. The first time you watch something like that, you're this is so fucking stupid. But
egg salad.
Yeah, and they were.
Christ. Okay.
I mean, the line in the original episode is, they're how is that gas station sandwich? And he's it's a party in my mouth and everybody's throwing up.
I thought he was.
Yeah, but so in this season, the worms come back, but this time, they're in the little space critter that Leela, Katie Seagal's character, owns, and they make it into, it's on the surface of the dog, and they make it into a Dune style episode with big sandworms that are eating the infectious worms. They actually got Kyle MacLachlan to voice one of the characters. Yeah,
a sandworm.
No. He's one of it's called Dung, because there's dung beetles on the animal, and he's the warrior dung beetle who gets killed.
You know what? Just getting him to do that.
Yeah.
After he found a finger in Blue Velvet.
Right.
Which kicked off never mind.
So it's
going to Blue Velvet.
It's right now. It's a fan season, and
it's.
I would assume they're run on Hulu. That's what it's going to be. It's all for the fans who got them back, who got on Twitter, who got on everything else, and was you have to bring the show out,
and then they'll go from there. Are they signed for multiple years?
As far as I know, there's at least one other season. So, so viewership is in there, but. That's what, same as with Star Trek. There's a built-in audience for this,
of course.
So it's a no-brainer.
The following Pulppourri podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulppourri is a privately produced podcast by Brock Ryder and Ben Grimmie. On social media and photography by Beck Ryder. Original music by the Heisenberg Compensators.